every golfer on the course.
Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Golfers! They're great, kid, not golfers. The little brown furry rodents.
We can do that.
Hey!
We don't even have to have a reason.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Back on the Big Dumb Fun Show. Give us a call, 888-832-7561. The toll-free number.
Not a good angle at all.
No, I have to kind of stand up, and then I got to back up. Like, I got to be like, hey, everybody, how's it going out there?
You're chomping on something over there. I got to play that back. I'll play that back later. That was really great. You were just, look like you were just going to town on something. It was a microphone, folks, for you just tuning in. We're not that type of a show. Gunnar, did you happen to see the news story over there? You sit at home watching Fox News all the time,
Not
right?
at all. No, because I don't have a converter box. I don't have cable.
So there's no way you would have saw this. Now,
I did see some information about it online in a blog story that came up on a blog I read.
How crazy is this? Fox News Channel, in the course of following a car chase live in Arizona on Friday evening, they accidentally broadcast the suicide of a man who was being pursued by authorities. So basically, you get to these car chases, and everybody wants a piece of these car chases, especially Fox News. They're always on these car chases, right? So they break in, and they're just following this guy all the time, going down the mean streets of Arizona. And so the guy finally pulls off, I guess, on a dirt road, and then just starts booking it. So now the Skycopter 1 is on the case, tracking this guy down.
Following the whole thing.
Following the whole guy. Because once the helicopter is involved, here's a word of the wise. Once a helicopter is involved, and you're on some sort of a police pursuit, unless you're inside Grand Theft Auto, there's not a lot of getting away.
Well, if the copter is a news copter, not a police helicopter.
Police copter could lose you.
Yeah, well,
in
I'm
a
just
second.
saying that if the police aren't pulling in their helicopters, they're still chasing in their cars.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, who's that helicopter? Oh, it's action news.
The news will want to see some sort of resolution, and they're probably not gonna give up as much as
unless
the police
their
will.
Helicopter runs out of fuel.
Well, that's true, but then again, that's why there's News Chopper 2. like they got reserves out there. Johnny Rollins, he runs out of gas. He makes a quick stop, and then he's back. You just land on a Texaco anywhere, and then it'll just you fuel up, and you're gone. All Texacos, you didn't know this, they all have a helipad on top of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
just mostly for the news crews.
Pretty much for news crews and any other amateur helicopter enthusiasts. This is something
flies
new.
Around like at low levels around in a city.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is a lot of people don't know that, but
right.
no,
this guy
is Arizona, KZAZ in Arizona. It was following the guy, gets out of his car. There's nowhere to run. This guy is just booking it down it looks like a dirt road or in the desert or something.
Did you watch the video?
I haven't watched the video yet. I'm not sure if I want to. It's very morbid.
Well, you know how it ends.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching Titanic.
Yeah, like they didn't realize when he pulled the gun out and put it to his head that
hey, what's going to happen here?
That he was going to pull the trigger.
Maybe we should cut away. The network anchor, Shepard Smith at the time, which that guy's got a great voice. Can you pull up his little special message? I think that they've YouTubed that where he has a little special message where Shepard Smith, with his great voice, says, "I'm very sorry. It won't happen again on my watch." I don't think any of this was his control anyway. It goes to the booth. But, Gunnar, I pose this question to you.
Well, he's the one reporting it.
He's the one reporting it, but the guy is just like us. He's sitting here. He's got a camera in his face.
Get off it.
This is what he's saying.
Get off it.
Yeah, so he's talking to the control booth.
And I have mesothelioma.
What? Doesn't make sense at all.
Listen
to these remarks.
While we were taking that car chase and showing it to you live, when the guy pulled over and got out of the vehicle, we went on delay. So that's why I didn't talk for about 10 seconds. We created a 5-second delay, as if you were to bleep back your DVR 5 seconds. That's what we did with the picture we were showing you, so that we would see in the studio what was happening 5 seconds before you did, so that if anything went horribly wrong, we'd be able to cut away from it without subjecting you to it. And we really messed up.
They didn't cut
and
away.
We're all very sorry.
They did not cut away.
Yeah, probably
didn't
the
belong on
director who
TV.
was running
We
the
took every
switch at
precaution
watching
we had to
everything happen and was like, oh,
keep
this
that
is
from
the
being on
money.
This
TV.
is gold, Jerry,
I
gold!
personally apologize to you that happened. Sometimes we see a lot of things that we don't let get to you because it's not time appropriate.
BS.
It's insensitive.
It's
It's
X-rated.
just wrong.
You know, we're surfing the
That was
internet for
wrong.
porn
You know,
between news.
Whoops.
And that won't happen again on my watch.
Yeah, because Shepard Smith,
I'm
he doesn't
sorry.
have his finger on the button.
I
there.
didn't realize
We'll
it was a
update you on what
watch. I
happened
thought
with
it was
that
a
guy and how that
news
went down
program.
I don't think the
tonight
guy even
on
wears a
Fox
watch.
Report. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's enough out of him.
Now the
but
attack on the
but
US
but
Oh,
yeah,
now
so
they tack on the. It's like
so
he's
now he's going to talk
right
about
on to
more
the next
war and
thing.
killing.
Yeah, more
We're going
people
to talk about
dying,
war and
but
killing all the
nobody's
time.
being filmed doing it live.
I think there's some sort of like a journalistic code, and I could. We should actually check with our buddy John Landsberg over at bottomlinecom.com, and we should check with him. I think there's some sort of a journalistic ethics, a code of ethics, to where you can't really show someone committing suicide. Like there's one of those things where it's like that's just something that you don't do, and to have a 5-second delay. Along with Shepard Smith saying, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, go away, go away, go away, let's put on some boobs or something. I mean, come on. I'm thinking, one, either the engineer in that room, the operator of some sort, the camera guy, whoever, that person was inept. Or two, Fox really wanted that to go over the air because they wanted this to be a big
They
deal.
did not know that the guy was going to commit suicide.
But they did. They knew it 5 seconds before he did.
Well, he pulled a gun out and
He pulled a gun and
aimed
shot
it-
himself in the
aimed
head.
at his head.
Yeah, shot himself in the head. Shepard Smith saw that on his monitor. That's why he said, "Cut away, cut away, cut away, cut away." Like he's telling the guy,
Yeah.
"Hey, let's go to
Maybe
commercial
this was
break."
the same guy that was running the AV at that Stand Up for Cerebral Palsy.
Maybe
He's just on his smartphone. He's totally doing something else.
he's just taking a snooze.
Yeah, whatever it would be. He was taking a siesta for sure there.
Oh my God, I was texting. Like, when is that a defense on an argument?
I was in the middle of a very serious tweet.
So the guy in the control room apparently was either sleeping, texting, or here's the I guess you could call it a conspiracy
He
theory.
was looking at some of that other video that you can't show on the air.
There's a lot of video that we can't show on the air. I think perhaps Fox wanted this to go over the air. Like they knew it was going to happen. They thought, hey, everyone wants to get the drop. Everyone wants to be the first to report the story. And if you're 5 seconds late, you are late, right?
But what's the story? The story is
a guy blew himself off.
no, that's
He
not
blew
the
his
story
head
at all
off.
anymore. The story isn't even about that guy and his head getting blown up. It's about what Fox did not cutting away.
That's true. They sure made themselves part of the story, and I bet they got more viewers because of it. Who doesn't want to see this guy blowing
One
his
less
brains
viewer.
out? Yeah, well, I don't know if he was an avid Fox viewer or not.